Just close your eyes. Know the peace within.
Beloved GM, I am always worried and fearful about my death. How can I come out of this?
With what identity are you asking this question? Certainly at the personality level only. Do you ever know that you are never born, never die? This is the absolute truth. You find difficult to accept it as you take yourself to be a form now. What is this form? Can the form appear when you are not conscious of yourself? Do you ever know that your form appears now only in your I am-ness consciousness? But for consciousness, there is neither the world nor any form, including your form, just now. Your form depends on your I am-ness consciousness. Not only your form, but every form within space just now. You know neither your presence nor your form in deep sleep. Spontaneously, you are conscious of your presence as I am-ness consciousness, and simultaneously your form happens in your consciousness. In your I am-ness consciousness, not only your form, but all forms appear just now. Accept that your I am-ness consciousness is the source of all forms within space just now. Your consciousness is the source of entire manifestation, inclusive of not only your form but all forms. Can the form function without consciousness? It is your I am-ness consciousness which functions through all forms within space just now. When your I am-ness consciousness disappears in sleep, there is neither the world nor any form, including your form. No, it is your I am-ness consciousness which creates all forms. It is your I am-ness consciousness which functions through all forms. Once consciousness disappears as in deep sleep, entire manifestation disappears, which is called as deep sleep. My question is your form independent of consciousness? Can your form function without consciousness? Is your form alone appearing in your consciousness? When all forms appear in your consciousness and function by consciousness itself, can you say that your form is independent of the other forms in the conscious field? You are yet to know that your consciousness is prior to form. In your consciousness only form happens. But for consciousness, there is no form. Know that your I am-ness consciousness is the base for the entire manifestations. Your form, including all forms within space just now. You are yet to remain conscious of yourself through the stillness within. Consciousness within contains the seed of entire manifestation within space. Your consciousness wrongly identifies itself as a tiny form with fixed imposed labels, not knowing that it is consciousness only at present. Your consciousness has to know its source beyond birth and death. By knowing the source, your consciousness knows that it is never born. Where is the death for the one that is never born? Your consciousness knows that it is beyond form, beyond space, and beyond birth and death. Your consciousness knows its eternity by constantly abiding in stillness and transcending itself totally into the source to know its wholeness. Your consciousness never dies. You are yet to know, as you are trapped by the personality which is false. Better remain conscious of yourself and know your deathlessness and remain free. Know it is only the form that disappears and your consciousness is ever here in eternity, in its source of awareness. In your I am-ness consciousness, every form is perceived, including your form. When consciousness merges back in its source, neither the manifestation nor any form, including your form, within space. Now tell me which dies. All forms disappear along with your form when your consciousness disappears in sleep. Every form within space depends on your I am-ness consciousness. When your consciousness goes deeper within and transcends itself, it knows that nothing is born, nothing dies. Once you know your eternity, you will not fall a prey to such words called birth, death, etc., as they never exist. Better know at the earliest and remain free. When there are no persons here, all by consciousness itself. What is death which dies? Better wake up consciously and know death does not exist. It is only a dream, not real. You, the Absolute, prevail here forever.